Hi guys, how are you doing today? This is Rusty. My name is Rusty. My channel is Rusty78609, all lowercase, no spaces. And this video is directed at people that are just beginning to get into RVing or those that are just thinking about it. Because there's a few things, actually there's several things that you'll run into as you start looking at RVs and checking them out. And if you get this jargon, it's a whole world of new jargon, down, or at least understand what it is, it'll help you. So anyway, I'll get on with it because I need to be brief. I want to keep the video reasonably short and to the point. So first of all, you need to know what types of RVs are out there. You know, if you go to I just came home from 2 RV dealerships in Georgetown, Texas, and it occurred to me that somebody interested in RVing and walked up on the parking lot, the salesman's going to come up and say, "How are you today?" And you're going to say, "Fine." They're going to say, "What type of RV are you looking for?" Well, if you're new to the deal, the new to RVing, that's a damn good question. You know, you might want to say, "Hell, I don't know." But basically, we're going to get into that right now. There are 3 types of motorhomes, okay? 3 types of motorhomes. A motorhome means you drive it down the highway. You don't pull it down the highway, you drive it down the highway. It's a motorhome. You've got Class A's, Class B's, and Class C's. Class A is the big rectangular box, fully self-contained, that you drive down the highway. Those can be very expensive. They probably, for a new one, Class A, you're looking at anywhere from a minimum of 80 all the way up to $1 million and everywhere in between. That's for a Class A motorhome. They range in size from about 24 feet to 40 feet. And we'll get into some other things in a minute. But then we've got the next one, the Class B motorhome. A Class B is it's a camping van. Some people call them van conversions. Okay, you know, like a delivery van. Well, they convert them into motorhomes, and the price of those can be anywhere from, you know, I'm talking about new now in both cases, anywhere from say 50 up, depending on what you want to spend. 50,000, not $50. The length, usually somewhere between 16, 21, 22 feet. You might be able to find some larger ones, but if you're going to do that, you might need to go to another type RV. The next type of motorhome is a Class C. A Class C is similar to a van, only it'll have a van front. You know, you still drive it, but it'll have a box where all the stuff is contained. You know, the restroom and the bed and so forth. And that's called a Class C. They are less expensive than the Class A's, but probably a little more expensive than the Class B's. You're looking at anywhere from probably on the low end 55 up to whatever, 150, 200,000. And the lengths on those somewhere between 16 and 32 feet. So if you're looking for motorhomes, there's those 3 types, and that's it. Now, the next group you're going to get into is what are called travel trailers. Travel trailers are, you pull them with a vehicle, typically a pickup truck. You have the bumper pull, which the travel trailer will have its own hitch, and you hook it up to the car, the bumper of the pickup, okay? Called a bumper pull or plain old travel trailer. They're the most popular. You'll see those everywhere. Next in the travel trailer group are what are called fifth wheels. Fifth wheels. Why are they called fifth wheels? It doesn't have anything to do with the number of wheels, believe me. The fifth wheel is a metal thing that you put in back of your pickup truck that attaches to the bed of the truck, or probably to the frame, and the fifth wheel has a cutaway in the front of it, okay? And then you back underneath that cutaway, and that ball there fits into in the back of your truck, what's called a fifth wheel, and that's it. So, but what's the advantage of a bumper pull over a fifth wheel? As far as price, none. They're about the same price. As far as fuel economy and that sort of thing, I don't think there's much difference there either. When you're pulling them, you're not going to get better mileage with a fifth wheel as opposed to a travel trailer. I don't think it's going to make much difference. However, you can maneuver a fifth wheel a little better. In other words, you can park him and you can really get at an angle if you have to. And I've had a fifth wheel. I prefer the bumper pull or the plain old travel trailers. That's what I'm in. This is a travel trailer I'm in right now. I've full-time RV. I've full-time RV'd for 23 years. I'm 71 years old. I've got a playlist on my channel homepage, Rusty78609, that talks about RVing, and you can check it out. You'll get some tips there that might help you. Even if you're already RVing, those tips probably will help you. And because I learned the hard way. There was no internet when I started out, so I had to pick up all this, one bite at a time. Okay, now that we've covered the types, there's a few other types too, but they're so minor. I mean, you've got the pop-up tent things, and you got those, but that's just for going, quote, camping, like tent camping. They do have some amenities. They do have, some of them have a little grill inside. Some of them might even have a little self-contained toilet, kind of a compost toilet-like thing. And, they may have water, may not, but, let's stick with travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes, the three types. The next thing you're going to hear, once you get into looking at RVs, you're going to hear things like the black water holding tank, the gray water holding tank. Does that mean the tank is black and one's gray? No, it doesn't. What it means is that the black water tank holds the water that comes from your toilet, okay? Whenever you flush your toilet, it goes into your black water holding tank. From the kitchen sink and the shower, it goes into your gray water holding tank. That's in all of them. That's in the motorhomes, ABCs, fifth wheels, and travel trailer. They all have a black water tank, gray water tank, and they also have a freshwater tank. Okay? And the freshwater tank, on every one of them, has a little 12-volt pump, and that's where you get your water pressure from when you are not hooked up to a water system. In other words, if you go into an RV park, you hook up your little garden hose looking thing to your RV, and that's your water supply. If you're out in the boonies, and there's a thing called boondocking, we'll touch on that in a minute. If you're out self-contained, or what they call dry camping, then you're going to be using the water from your water holding tank, and you're going to be using your 12-volt system, your battery, to generate the power for that. And if you're going to be out there very long, if you're going to be there more than 2 days, you're going to need either a generator. If you're in a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, you're going to need a generator or solar power, because that battery's not going to last long, okay? Promise you that. Now, in a motorhome, A, B, or C, they typically have their own generators. Usually they're ONANs, O-N-A-N, ONANs. And they'll generate enough electricity to run air conditioners, microwave ovens, everything you need, all right? You can also get a generator that will do the same thing for the travel trailer and the fifth wheel. Same thing. You can also add solar on your travel trailer or fifth wheel, or any of them for that matter. So there are some motorhomes that do it. And it's not that expensive anymore. It used to be really expensive, but now they've made such leaps in the technology that you can get a 200-watt system, which will do a lot, for around $500 complete. Okay, they're not that much anymore. But there are some hiccups with solar. First you got to have sunlight, or some, and you got to have batteries to store the energy, and so that's a whole nother area. It has nothing to do with the types of RVs or the things that I want to touch on today. Another thing you're going to hear is somebody's going to say, this thing has a 13 13,500 BTU air conditioner and a 15,000 BTU furnace. Well, all you need to know is, will that cool it in the heat and heat it in the cold? And the answer is, in both cases, they will. Okay? Sometimes the air conditioner might be working a little hard, but they work fine. They work fine. Let me go down my list here a little bit. Now, another thing you'll need to learn about, now this is after you, if you get you an RV, you're going to have to learn about the dump stations, you know, where you go dump your black water and your gray water, and every type of motorhome and travel trailer has to do it. If you're not hooked up to septic at your park or wherever you camp, then you're going to have to go to a dump station. Now, there are different levels of hookups. Sometimes you'll go into a state park or a national park or out in the boonies and they have nothing. That's dry camping. That means you're on your own. You're self-contained. Step two, you may go into a place where they have water only. All right? No hookup for septic, no electric hookup. So you need to be checking those things out. What type of hookups are available at your campground? You need to know that. Be asking those types of questions. Some places have full hookups. Typically RV parks do. There are some state parks that do. There are some national parks that do. You pay more, of course, when you get a full hookup. The least expensive is basically dry camping, and then water's a little more. You know, water and electric's a little more. Water, electric, and septic. What's called a full hookup is water, electric, and septic. That's always the most expensive. You know, what's it cost to camp in an RV park per night? Anywhere from $25 on the low end to $50 probably on the high end, and everywhere in between. Another thing you might hear is somebody tell you, well, I'm a full-timer like me. Well, a full-timer means they live in their RV. That's their life. That's what they do. They just travel all the time. Do I travel all the time? No, I've got a home base where I've got mine parked. I can go anytime I want to, though. You know, then you're going to hear a thing like hitch weight and stuff like that. Hitch weight is only applicable to travel trailers and fifth wheels. Now, I'm not going to get into that much, but whatever type of tow vehicle you purchase or have, you'll need to know that how much the hitch weight is to see if your vehicle can handle it. And then there's some things you can do to the hitch to keep your travel trailer, if you're pulling a travel trailer, from swaying like this down the highway. And, you know, they have all kind of ways to stabilize it, but that's a whole nother topic about hitches. And what else? Leveling the RV, not a problem. They've got jacks. Mine have what they call screw jacks. You just take a little tool and crank down. These little jacks are like squeegee things, and you crank it and it opens up like this. And those work fine, you know, for leveling. Motorhomes, on the other hand, some of them come with automatic levelers. Some of them do not. You need to know that. And if you want everything taken care of, get the one with levelers. You just push it, you do a little button, and it levels it up. Another thing you'll need to know about is inside the RV, the refrigerator can run on a 12 volt off your battery. It can also run off propane, which you've got 2 tanks in the front, and if it's a motorhome, they've got 2 tanks underneath of propane. Or it can run whenever you hook up. If you go to an RV park or where they have electric and you plug in, then that refrigerator will run off of that too, but the electricity goes through what's called an inverter and converts the 110 to 12 volt for the refrigerator. So, but all RVs come with an inverter. You don't have to ask about it. They've got them. Let me think about something. Okay, another thing you're going to hear about is slide outs or pop outs or tilt outs. The old term is tilt outs, and then they went to slide outs, and now they're called pop outs, I think. And that just expands a certain section of the motorhome or the travel trailer or the fifth wheel, either the kitchen, the bedroom, or the bathroom. It's just a little section that slides out and gives you more space in that area. Costs a little bit more money, and it can be a leak problem. Can be. Have I ever had an RV with pop-outs? No. And the reason I never got one, two reasons. It's just me, I don't need it. Two, I've heard a lot about the problem with leaks with pop-outs. So again, may not be a problem now, but a few years ago it was. Another thing, on a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, you've got trailer brakes on the unit itself. In addition to your tow truck brakes, you've got electric brakes on the travel trailer, and you've got electric brakes on the fifth wheel. And you'll have a little controller inside your truck to increase or decrease the braking of the tow vehicle. And but they'll go over that with you. But you will have trailer brakes, and be damn sure they work, because you don't want to be out there on the mountain somewhere, coming down a mountain, and you don't have any trailer brakes. Ain't fun. I've done it. It ain't fun, because it plays hell with your truck brakes. Let's see, what else have we got that we can talk about? Well, you're going to hear a lot of things about. You're going to hear about gross vehicle weights, GVRW, and then GAWR, which is gross axle weight rating. You just need to be aware of those. How much can you put in your RV? You can't. You don't want to overload it, I guess. And other than that, I can't think of many things. Let's see. Now I was going to touch on a way to camp called boondocking. Okay, boondocking is basically you're camping in your RV without benefit of electricity, fresh water, or any other utilities, including sewer. You're on your own. You're self-contained. Some people call it dry camping. Some people call it boondocking. And that's the way to see the beautiful parts of the USA. So, if you're headed that direction, you'll need to probably go to the next phase and find out a little bit about solar, because you're going to need some kind of power, because the 12-volt battery that you have that comes with the unit is with a travel trailer and fifth wheel. It won't last long. I mean, it'll run your refrigerator for a while, and it'll run a few lights for a while, but I'm telling you, 24 hours or 48 hours, that battery is going to be dead. Some RVs, some come with two batteries. I'm telling you, you're going to get 2 days if you're lucky, and that's it, because I don't know where it goes, but I've tried it. And I even got me a little Honda generator. That's a good generator, by the way. If you're going to get a generator and you want a generator, check out the Honda generators. They're a little bit more expensive, but they are damn quiet. They are very quiet, and you'll appreciate it when you're out there in the boonies. You're not, you don't want to hear a lot of noise. In fact, most campgrounds have a quiet time after around 10 o'clock at night, and this thing has gone on long enough. But anyway, that's all I want to say about that. That should get you started. If you have any questions or comments, leave me a comment, and I will respond to it, because I know how it is. When I started, I didn't have any help, and I found out a lot of things the hard way. But there's a lot of stuff available on the internet, a jillion little YouTube videos. And but anyway, be that as it may, my channel is Rusty78609, all lowercase, no spaces, and I'm building a playlist for RVing, or full-time RVing, tips, and etc. And so you're welcome to check that out. Some of them you may not find useful, but check them out anyway. They might be an idea there. You never know. I've learned a lot through the years. So anyway, thumbs up to you guys. Good luck. Enjoy your camping. Adios, carpe diem, and bye-bye. And why do I do that? Well, it's a long story. If you were a subscriber, you may understand. Anyway, thumbs up. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.